All right, so my client has been complaining of thumb pain right in here, in particular when she goes to squeeze her hands together, pick something up, right? You're talking about that action right there. So there are three muscles that we're going to, that may affect this. There are three muscles in here. The very deepest one and the first one, and the one that is most likely one of the culprits, is the opponens pollicis muscle. The opponens pollicis opposes the thumb towards the fingers. And that's really deep in there, and it really connects the thumb, base of the thumb, to the wrist. And then next we have the flexor pollicis. And the flexor pollicis flexes the thumb. The action flexes the thumb. So again, it's going to be bringing the thumb down that direction. So could be that we have something going on in that muscle as well. And then the last muscle is the abductor pollicis, and that takes the thumb away from the body. So I'm thinking that one is probably not involved, but the other two are. So what I'm going to do is some positional release on this spot. So I'm going to just rest her hand on my leg, and I'm going to find a tender spot, which I hit a few times. So I'm going to go back now, and I'm going to narrow my search, really get in here with my thumbs and do some detail work. And when I find something that elicits a pain response to her, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to keep a hold on that spot. There? You feeling it?
Yeah.
Right around there?
All up it, yeah.
This whole region right there, you feel that? Okay. And what am I feeling? I am feeling something that has a little bit of, I guess the best way I can put it is kind of a congested feel. Like it could be a little bit swollen. So I'm going to take that spot and hang on to it with this thumb. And then I'm going to just bring that her thumb passively in and shorten it. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just bringing her thumb across her hand to shorten it with pressure on that same spot. Am I still on it? Okay, so I'm going to make sure I've got the pressure. She feels it. They need to feel the pain. Need to feel the nodule. So hand on the nodule. Her thumb is nice and relaxed. I'm going to double check. And then I'm going to just shorten that muscle by performing the action that it does, which is to bring the thumb closer to the hands towards the midline. And so that should have decreased the sensation a little bit for you. Do you still feel it, but a little bit less?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what the idea is you want to shorten the muscle so that the client feels the sensations less, or even they might say the sensation goes away completely, depending on the spot and where it is in the body. Then I'm holding this for anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds. So I'm going to go for about a minute and just check it. I can do some little micro movements in here if I feel like it. And I feel like this is kind of like it might even be working itself out. So then I'm going to keep my thumb there and open her hand back up. And then I'm going to kind of give some friction. And then I'm going to go back and see if you can tell me if that feels any better, worse, or about the same. A little,
yeah,
like it feels a little bit less painful. All right, so that was successful for that spot. But I would also now go back, and I'm also going to find some other spots, and I'm going to do the same thing. And even a little tiny shortening of the muscle is effective. Even working the thumb in a shortened position. And I'm using this hand and just pressing from behind and in front to kind of stabilize while I work on this thenar eminence. This is called your thenar eminence. All right, and then she did have some complaints about her wrist, so I'm just gonna check and go in there with some detail work again, just kind of frictioning all around the bony structures and all of those. There are a lot of little bones in the wrist, and consequently there are a lot of ligaments. The ligaments go from bone to bone, keeping all the bones together. And if you recall, the tendons are muscle to bone. So when the muscle becomes tendinous, that's the part that attaches to the bone. I'm going to work on her hand, her wrist a little bit more, and I'm also going to work on her forearm. I just felt a little bit of an adjustment there. So you also want to work the forearm and loosen all of the muscles, of course, that are going to be here attaching on to the wrist from this end. So we want to loosen this end and we want to loosen this end. And I am definitely feeling a lot more tension in her, especially right here on her flexors. So I will spend some more time here before I finish up.